jacket here soon. Breezy, breezy. Easy breezy. We're back. Yep, we're back. I told you that I warned you it might be an issue, so yes, it happens. That was you, Sandra? Last. The good news is we're back. We're rocking and rolling as best we can. I apologize. And the battery died just then, so don't worry, I got another one. I am, if nothing else, the YouTube's most apologetic live streamer. Oh, to be able to afford Starlink. See, ideally what I would want to happen is Starlink would be the primary, and then I'd probably get one SIM card for T-Mobile as a backup. But that would cost about $220 between the two. So yeah, it's not cheap. It's cheaper than it was, but it's still not cheap. Winglet Boy, what's up? It does go wrong, but you're back. Aqua Socks, welcome back. Steven says like. Yeah, we had a good show going on. Sorry, guys. But I did warn in advance. Very cool, Tim. It is fact. It is fact. Oh, America's greenest livery is taking off right now. So we're still going at least a 6, so we're really only halfway through. And I just have to remember to put my jacket on, because if the sun's setting at 4:45, it's going to get a little chilly. And the fog's going to roll back in. So San Diego, 65%, Carlsbad, 35%. Our Cessna is about ready to take off. It did queue. My Wi-Fi, which I had warned was, I didn't know if the data card would last. It ran out of data. Carol says hello from Chile, Virginia. It was 32 today. How nice. Carol, I'll tell you what. I will trade you. I will come to Virginia, because Virginia is for lovers, And you can come to Tucson where it is 80 degrees. San Luis Obispo, SVP, Tim, thank you for that, E175. And now we got a Cessna Caravan. Jonathan Bilbao, welcome back. Whee! Sounds good, Carol. Sounds like a deal. I'm in, Carol. Pack Valley. Pack Valley Q says Pack Valley. I was not aware of that. So welcome back. Brooks GR, hey Pip, good to see you again back here. Gregory, what's going on, man? Greg, it is great to hear you. And it's great to see you. Welcome back, it's great. Yeah, we haven't been here since like August, I don't think, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, it hasn't been August since we've been here. I'm responding to a quick text here, so excuse me. Apologies. Air King Flyer, what's going on? Is Flight Radar 24 better than Flight Aware? Well, that's a good question. I personally like Flight Radar. Q! Thank you so much for that $9.99 super chat, or that super sticker, Q. Thank you so much for your kindness and contribution. Welcome, welcome, guys. Sorry about that technical issue. I think we would have beaten the likes total. We might do it tomorrow. Let's see if we can do it tomorrow. Tuesday, you never know what'll happen. I think tomorrow we'll probably end up streaming till about 3. And right around 3, and then I gotta head to the rental car facility to drop off the rental car and then head to the airport for my flight. What time does my flight? Speaking of that, my flight tomorrow leaves at 5:45. So yes. Well, thank you so much, Q, for a midnight shift. Thank you, Hans, for liking. And everybody liking again. Reminds you of San Diego rush hour. So I got to check in another 2 hours or so. Next arrival will be American 2824 from Dallas, and then Southwest 4032 from Sacramento. Oh, Rob with a $10 super chat, New Zealand dollar. Rob, thank you so much. Pip for the dub air is going to the top of the NSC North. Let's make it happen, Rob. You are the good luck guy for the Bears. Thank you so much, Rob. Samuel, hello. Where are you going? Well, I'm not going anywhere immediately. We'll just be back here or Carlsbad tomorrow. Thank you, Kevin Kelly, for giving you a like. My like. in the words of Borat. Southwest 4032, next in line to arrive. And then we got departures going to Sacramento, San Francisco, Seattle, and Detroit. There's our special Horizon livery. So thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. We had 342 likes. We definitely would have beaten, I think, the total. So I apologize. I knew it might happen. And who knows, it might happen with this. Oh, for Starlink, if only it were cheaper. I just wish Starlink was like around $1.50. I could stomach $1.50. And then have a backup T-Mobile in case. It kind of does look like the old United, Andrew. Samuel, yes. Hey, what's up, Air Tiki? So for the month of January, Samuel asked, and I mentioned it briefly, but yes, we'll be going to Honolulu in January towards the latter half of the month. We'll also be going to Seattle as well in January. So we're looking forward to that. I know I still have to power the Starlink, Steven, but I think I can buy a laptop charger that will be powerful enough. Or I could just live in my truck and just bring the power banks with me. 7760 Oceanside. Palomar tomorrow. Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Right now, 65% of the viewers want to see San Diego again. And I kind of do, but I also like Carlsbad. So we will see. Good question. Yeah, I'm leaning towards San Diego tomorrow, but I'm not totally on board with the idea. So maybe Palomar. I think the big thing is that I don't have my truck with me. So I can't get on top of the my truck and shoot over the fence line. It would be more, maneuvering the fence. Good question. But we're by the way, we are planning to go to at least 6 o'clock. So we still get another at least 2.5 hours, and I do have plenty of battery support to get to 6 o'clock. So our E175 will be next. On the old Horizon, going into the Horizon, taking off into the Horizon. Rob, I could definitely use a co-host for the Minneapolis stream for sure. Absolutely. El Toro says, go New York Rangers. Ugh. Well, at least the Hawks beat them 3-0. But, yeah, that would definitely work, Rob. Having a co-host would definitely be helpful for sure. 1000%. I've had my sunglasses on all day today. So if I take them off, I'm going to have a totally warped view of reality. Challenger 650 is landing next. Now, the flip side of filming at doing a show at Palomar is you don't have to pay for parking. So that is a bonus. That is a bonus. So Air King Flyer, yeah, that Osprey has been broken for about a month. There's just one of them. They tend to be, from my interpretation and my discussions with military and people at Texatron, the Bell Osprey can be finicky for sure. So it can be a maintenance issue at times. Absolutely. Good question. All right, that E-175 coming in our pictures in Alaska Airlines. It's flying to San Francisco. And it's not even taken off. Here comes Delta Airlines on an A220-100 taking off to Seattle. It's about a 3-hour flight. If you're just joining us, welcome into Pip's Planespotting Live, Part 2. Part 2. My phone is dying, so that's the other thing. So if somebody wants to take over flight tracking, that would definitely be helpful. See, I'm just I'm like all Americans, just struggling to make ends meet. My name's not Warren Buffett. Starting to get a little cool with the breeze. Off to Seattle, this Delta Airlines flight goes. Oh, here comes the retro, the Herb. The Herb. Is it the Herb? It looked different. That is a different paint. Welcome in, everybody joining us on Pip's Planespotting Live. Hi, Hyro. Welcome in, sir, from Arlington. That's right, T-Donji. We did have to restart the stream over, but still going strong, man. Thank you to Rob. Thank you to Tim Arnold. Thank you to Storm Chaser Mark. Thank you to Michael via Andre. Thank you to Q, Quentin, ATC Superstar. Thank you guys. Parker, what's going on, man? Ho, ho, ho to you. Welcome into San Diego. Max 8, getting ready to take off. My phone is died. So if flight tracking help is always appreciated. It is 3:32. We got basically a little over an hour left of sunlight. Before the sun sets here in San Diego, and then we go to nightfall, which is one of my favorite times, honestly. I hope I didn't get too sunburned today. I would love a new phone. I can't afford it. I would love Starlink. Can't afford it. I was out of work for a year, and so I'm just catching up on debts from being out of work for a year. It happens. That's right, El Toro, in living color. In living color. The A220 has had Air King Flyer issues with the engines. Yes, that's correct. I don't know what specifically and if there's still an issue, but when I was at Breeze, we had engine issues with them. We had issues. Boy, wouldn't that be nice, Matt, man? I'll be right back. Air Tiki, yeah. You just gotta push forward, and we do, and we push forward. I think I've been a pretty good kid this year for Santa Claus. Alright, turn the old camera this way. Coming out over the cars. Ah, Hawaiian A321neo from the islands. Look, they got some tassels. They got the tassels. The condensation tassels. He's at the end of the touchdown zone. Oh! Now he's got to slam on the brakes and reverse ASAP. Whoa! Whoa! A little extra braking action there. For gravel lot. Yeah, there's a bit of a crosswind. It is a bit of a crosswind. Yeah, I hope so, Steven. And then I can deduct it on taxes or something. Seriously, 7. I think that's pretty good lockup. Yeah, they're going to need to check the tires on that one. I thought for a second they had popped a tire. honestly. I was like, All right, we get a little break in the action here. Quiz question. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
You have a YouTube channel?
I do.
Oh man, I want to follow you.
Yep. You just go to, and we're actually on the air right now, so. No, don't apologize at all. You guys are enjoying the action.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Everybody loves it. Yeah, I'll just type it in.
I'll subscribe.
Awesome. I'm actually based in Tucson, but I love coming here. So I just hit subscribe for you. Yeah. Mick? Nice to meet you. Pip. 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 Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you flying right now?
Yeah. Yep, we're broadcasting right now, so yeah. I know. Do you guys live here?
No, our son's a naval officer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we'll come here.
Nice.
There's a Planespotting on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Mention this part of the search.
This is it?
All right, man.
Yeah, thank you. There you go, Samuel. British Airways, David says, now is due at 3:54. Thank you so much. Hey, the Mick, the 777 is will be landing in the next half hour
Oh,
from British Airways. Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys can stick around, but
yeah, that's okay. It's our 41st wedding anniversary today, and this is one of my anniversary presents. He still wants these.
that's outstanding. Well, happy anniversary.
So
That's outstanding. Congrats.
Best wife ever, right?
Yeah, best wife ever. That's fantastic. I think so, Sandra. That's awesome. All right, so let's take a look at the San Diego Bay. Again, still dealing with that haze and fog. This is kind of the visibility. For those who've watched the show before, you usually have better visibility, but it just doesn't want to go away. El Toro says favorite MLB team, the Atlanta Braves favorite NBA team, New York Knicks favorite NHL team, the New York Rangers. Yep, we got two sets of tracks below us. We've got the MTS light rail, and then we got the Amtrak and Oceanside rails. So welcome in, everybody. Sorry about the technical issue earlier. We had to start all over. Samuel, I wish I could. The closest I can get, yeah, see the wall gets in the way. So you can see the crossing right there, but the wall gets in the way of me able to see the rail. So apologies. Favorite NFL team, El Toro says, what? The Dallas Cowboys or Pittsburgh Steelers? Oh my. Oh my. Southwest Max next to land, 4 minutes out. Thank you, Matt, man. Okay, quiz question number 2. All right, ladies and germs. The question of the day, part 2, those piano keys. What do those piano keys represent? Orange Cone Vlog. Choking hazard for the Cowboys. Parker, great question. We did a quick live stream as I was getting off the airplane and into the terminal. I gave it a solid 7 or 8. It's very nice, but it you know, I don't know if there's supposed to be a wow factor or not. It just didn't wow me. So, to me, the biggest thing is that there's a McDonald's in it. So, that's what I would say. So, good question. All right, so again, the trivia question, those bars, those piano keys you see on the runway, what is that representative of? Let's see if Mattman, you can answer this question. Let's see if Mattman can answer this question. Let's see if Mattman got the skills to pay the bills. Tim says the next up departure is Alaska to Tampa. Thank you very much, Tim. Appreciate you. I see it taxiing, Tim. It'll be here shortly. Samuel says, don't look it up, y'all. The piano keys. Come on, Mattman. Daryl, what's going on? Welcome in. Nice to meet you. Good to see you again, Daryl. Tim says Chicago Midway is the next arrival. Thank you, Tim. Nancy L. Trailhawk. Hi, Pip. I've been lurking for a while. Hope all is well. Nancy, thanks so much for working and lurking. It is good. We could have been delayed by an hour this morning flying from Tucson, but we weren't, which is great. Runway threshold is the correct answer, Mattman. Those piano keys represent the runway threshold, beginning of the active runway. Correct. Now, part 2 of that, Mattman, part 2 of that is, what do those keys represent as far as the runway size? Part 2 of that, what do those piano keys represent as far as the runway size? Devious Fink says, I'm back. Fell asleep on the couch while the 2-year-old was napping. That is approved, Devious. Tyson says, thinks those piano key bar things on the runway are the start of the landing zones. Planes, it's the earliest point where a plane can touch down. That's a good assessment. Oh, El Toro answered first. I apologize, El Toro. Excellent work, El Toro. So those piano keys represent the size of the runway as far as what? It has to do with size. The One World livery, Tim says. The special. LOL Lot Boys 87 says the displaced threshold. The displaced threshold is actually these arrows right here. The displaced threshold are these arrows. The piano keys are the threshold, the runway threshold. The landing, the beginning, Tyson is pretty much there as far as the landing goes, where landing begins. Mattman says remaining distance length. Close, Mattman. Leroy, how's it going? All right, so as far as the size goes, it is, if you count, there should be a total of 16 of those piano keys. And those 16 piano keys represent the runway width, the width of the runway. So in this particular instance, San Diego's runway here is 200 feet wide. It's about 9,400 feet long, but it's 200 feet wide. And if you see 16 threshold bars or piano keys, that is correspondent to a 200-foot wide runway. If you see 12 piano keys, that's 150 feet. If you see 8, that's 100 feet wide. And if you see 6, it's 75 feet wide. So good guesses. Good guess, Tyson. Well done. As we see Alaska taking off here. So yeah, there are 16 threshold bars right there, which is representative of how wide the runway is at 200 feet. If you saw 12 piano keys, it'd be 150 feet wide. And Mattman, you are correct. 150 feet wide is the most common runway width. But for San Diego, it's 200 feet. I don't know why, but I'm sure there's a reason why it's 200 feet wide. Fred, what's going on? How are you, Fred? Yep. Yep. You got it. Good job, everyone. I'm proud of you, El Toro, and Mattman, and Tyson. Good job, Tyson. All right, British Airways, Tim says, is number 3 after this, so one more arrival and then British Airways. Or maybe it's this one. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing. It's great to be with you all. Mattman, I have no doubt we would have broken the likes record, so we'll have to try again tomorrow, which means I'll probably need to get up early. I need to call a lot of people. No. Oh, nice, Devious Fink. Fred is a classic. Speedbird is next. I see it, Tim. I see it, Timotheus. I see it. It's going to come right over that, arrive right over that truck. So we'll wait a little bit longer. The far aim knowledge. Good for you, El Toro. Excellent work. Yeah, if you ever want to learn more about aviation, get yourself a FAR book, and that'll keep you occupied or make you fall asleep. One of the two. Ah, yes, the heavy alert. Thank you, Tim. Now it's getting a little closer. I can see it, but for some reason I can't over the truck. Don't worry. It will appear shortly. Come on. Stay with me. It's starting to get blustery here. There we go. There's our 777-200. Look out! Aiming point. Yes. Triple 7-200 landing. You do get cookies, Tyson. I will send them. I will email them to you. Sure, no problem. Pleasure.
Take care.
Happy anniversary again. That's super cool. It's always fun meeting people. Tim says the next arrival is from Alaska, from Sacramento. Thank you, Tim. Kit Kat sounds good, man. I think I'm just gonna get something light for dinner, and then maybe get a nice lunch tomorrow. I also got to be frugal. Frugal. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. You think Sacramento, Matt Man? Well, that would be cool. That'd be a new perspective. Breeze is starting to kick up. Might be time to put on the jacket soon. No Arby's yet, but I did have Chipotle air cheeky. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Our broadcast, whether we go to Carlsbad or San Diego here tomorrow, will probably be around 9:30 local time. So that'll be 17:30 Zulu, 17 Zulu. Excellent point, Steven. I do get the kids meal sometime, and sometimes I even keep the toy. So. But don't tell the kids, because they'll be upset. They're like, why are you giving those out? Bill? This Alaska arrival courtesy of an E-175 from Sacramento. I still have some Chipotle chips left, so that's what I'm eating. The Boo Bucket meals. Backyard Planespotting says you can always go to Togo's Sandwich, or you can go to an In-N-Out Burger. Good suggestion. Dr. Dunk, what's up? Great to see ya. I love the airport too. It's one of my personal favorites. Welcome back, Roblox. Do I see an ATR? Here comes the fog and the marine layer back in. Look at this. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Dunk. I appreciate that. And we got one more show left in us tomorrow. So I appreciate that. Hope you can tune in. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I really think we could have done it today break the likes total. We might have to try again tomorrow. I think we do have an ATR. Let's see if we can show you it. I think it'll be coming over the popping its head up. No, not currently, Dr. Dunk. Just one runway, and but they did just finish their new Terminal 1 in September. FedEx. Oops. Come on. To make another runway, they would need to get rid of a taxiway, I think. That's just my 2 cents. Next arrival is a 737. Oh, look. Right there. Tassels. Delta. Tassels. You can see the tassels and the wake vortices from the wings. It's like almost a gymnastics Olympic event. FedEx. Air Tiki. I think it was, oh, I forgot. What is the carrier for it? I will say that if they're going to do reverse ops tomorrow in the morning, I'm very tempted to be here in San Diego because I've never broadcasted reverse ops and I've always wanted to. I did say gymnastics, Nancy. I sure did. Hey, MJ, what's going on? No worries, man. It was great. It was nice of you to reach out, MJ. We'll definitely get back to Memphis. It was a lot of fun. Memphis is pretty awesome. Appreciate it, MJ. Sorry, I'm eating some chips. It's very rude of me, but I'm kind of hungry. Yeah, Nancy L., when I started the show this morning, they had just switched operations. So if they do the foggy weather tomorrow again, we may be a reverse ops tomorrow. Yeah, the tassels. Now we're into the gymnastics portion and the gymnastics and floor routine portion of the broadcast with the tassels. It's like old school. It's like Will Ferrell. I could create my own line of chips here, Tiki. That's pretty creative. Hey, Texas girl, how's it going? How are you? Great to see you. Welcome into San Diego. Thanks for your support in Memphis, and thanks for being part of the all-night broadcast. Really appreciate you as this American is taking off. Oh, there you go, M3. Pip Pops. I like that. Pip Pops. Or my own line of soda, Pip Pop. Or pop from Pip. Can I get a pop from Pip? That's awesome, Nancy. Yeah, gymnastics is an awesome sport. It's definitely challenging. Oh, I'm doing all right, Texas girl. It's good to be back. I think the last time we were here in San Diego, Texas girl, was back in August, honestly. Leftover soft tacos. Nice there, Tiki. We flew in today. I flew Southwest Airlines, by the way. Everybody intrigued? Brad, how's it going? Welcome in. Great to see you. I do too, Nancy L. I love those ribbons. Who doesn't want to wear the ribbon? Who doesn't love the ribbon? Definitely be bringing the long sleeve tomorrow. Also the jacket. Well, I have them both with me. But in the morning, it'll probably be a little cool. Great to have you aboard, Brad. Yeah, Texas girl, it was actually, it was turbulence free, and even though we were going to get delayed, ATC cut our delay, so we actually were still on time. I think we were 2 minutes early. So it was worked out well for us. But it was the latest I've ever taken off on a morning flight from Tucson. Usually the flights out are like in the 6 and 7 o'clock hour, sometimes even 5. But my flight didn't take off till 9. So that was kind of nice. Gave me time to pack this morning instead of having to rush everything. So yes, we made it into the new terminal for San Diego Terminal 1. We did a quick live stream walkthrough as I was walking through the terminal. Nice thing is we were at like one of the furthest gates, so it did give you a pretty good view of the terminal. So make sure you check that out under the live section as we get our next E-175 landing. from Alaska. We will be back tomorrow. Yeah, I gotta say, after thinking about reverse ops, I'm leaning now towards San Diego, even if I have to pay for parking, because I've just never done that before, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I'll have to look at the forecast tonight on how long the marine layer is going to last. Not quite yet, Texas Girl. That takes place January 27th. So, for example, I will tell you, I did book a flight to Seattle, and that is, Texas Girl, after January 27th. So, I had to pick my seat. I went with the basic fare because I was like, well, for one, I'm a Premier Rapid Rewards credit card member, so I can select a seat like within 24 hours of the flight. So I thought I'd just try the basic to see what it actually is like. But January 27th, I believe, is the day. 71 likes. That is pretty great, Mattman, for stream number 2. That's outstanding. We had a good stream going, and then my data plan ran out. And that was my fault. I should have checked the card closer. But so I believe January 27th is the day that they start letting you or pick flights. Now, if you book a flight now for January 27th, you can select a seat. Flights won't go into effect with that policy until then. So, just keep that in mind. Little fun factual for you. It's Max 8, rolling both engines. We're runway 27 operations right now. We will see. I'm going to miss, Texas Girl, I'm going to miss the open seating policy because I would always set my alarm 24 hours in advance, and I usually would get an acceptable seat. Like for today, like I sat in the exit row. Under the new Southwest, that'll cost me, I don't know, like $50. So we'll see. We will see how it shakes out. What do we got here? What do we got here? Is this United or is this Copa? The Copacabana? United, the old United livery. Madman's favorite. Oh, that's nice. Texas Girl usually fly first class. That's pretty nice. So I'm gold right now, and I usually I can find exit row. I've been upgraded once, but if I keep my travels up, then that will help. That's awesome. I think this is headed back to Denver, I want to say. I'm flying, I will tell you, I am flying to Hawaii on American. I will be flying the Dreamliner, so hopefully that'll be nice. Good for you, Texas girl. Good for you. Definitely spoil yourself. One, United takes off. Here comes another one. Right on the edge of those flaps. Trailing edge device on the flaps. Southpaw. I get to Southpaw says I get to walk past first class going to my coach seat. Does that count as being in first class? Yeah, that does. There you go, Semper Fi. That does kind of count. Yeah, the Hawaii thing is like, definitely I was like, I gotta get some type of upgrade because it's a long flight. I don't think there'll probably be a lot of people who will be ahead of me on the upgrade list, but at least I think I selected a seat on the exit row behind the bathroom, which is fine by me. It's fine by me. So Alaskan 175 special 3 minutes out. Thank you, Matt Man. Another special. MJ, you've had the pleasure of sitting jump seat too. I bet you're gonna miss that. And you got all the fun ones. You got the old MD-11. You had the 757s. I definitely miss that. Not being a flight dispatcher anymore, MJ. I definitely miss jump seating. For sure. I miss that a lot. Thank you, Texas girl. I definitely will do my best. Treat yourself. Yeah, I love jump seating. And honestly, it was the best way to get, sometimes to get somewhere. That was my trump card when every other non-rev was like, oh, I can jump seat. I think we got a Phenom next, an Embraer Phenom private jet. As the marine layer continues to come inland. Oh, very nice, MJ. Got to do the MD-11, Seattle to Memphis. That's sweet. Yep, Tyson Price, if you're an active flight dispatcher, with most airlines, you can fly jump seat. In fact, it's an FAA requirement that you do what's called a familiarization or FAM flight, where you have to fly in the jump seat. It's 5 hours each year of flight deck time. That can be reduced by an hour per landing. But yeah, flight dispatchers can do that, yep. I wonder where Joe's going on his. Oh, good, Texas girl. I keep waiting for them to have a final announcement. I figured it would be like March, Texas girl, that they are going to do that. Oh, the lav is in the cockpit on the 767, MJ? I didn't know that. I'm sure the 777 is pretty nice. I have no doubt. Samuel says, I went on a 757-200 Star Alliance from Honolulu to Denver. Nice flight. I actually dispatched MJ for 2 airlines. I dispatched for Envoy, so the E-175 carrier for American. And then I was a flight dispatcher for Breeze Airways, the new airline. based out of Utah that flies the A220s. So to smaller cities and markets. Like Memphis. Memphis has a couple of breeze flights. But yeah, those are my 2 stops as a flight dispatcher. I did that for like 5 years almost. I don't do it now. I actually work in airport operations now, so I work on the ground instead of in the operations center. There you go, Tyson. Yep, I last worked for Breeze in December of 2022, but I work in airport operations now, so I'm kind of more like on the operations side of thing and inspecting the runways and such. I got it, MJ. As someone who lives in Memphis, I have to say I was really impressed with the renovations of the new concourses, or the consolidation of concourses in Memphis. I was really impressed. I really liked them. Good for you, MJ. 39 years is quite a long time, so good for you, man. Now it's time to enjoy life. Awesome. Congrats on your retirement. Nancy L. Trailhawk says, my niece flies a jump seat as a flight attendant for SWA. Yeah, flight attendants can do jump seat too. That is correct. They have jump seats in the cabin. Yeah. Yeah, Memphis, I was really impressed. Dude! Southwest Airlines, tassel time. What's up, Captain John? Yep, it's true. You got to work Tyson wherever the schedule is. It's based on seniority. So Mattman asked, do the pilots visit the dispatch facilities? Occasionally. When I worked for Envoy, I'd always invite First Officer Mark to Envoy, and he came once, and it was fun to just show him what was going on. Jump seat is basically, Samuel, there's an extra seat inside the flight deck that most people don't know about, but that's for FAA inspectors or dispatchers or fellow pilots. Claire, it's not foggy yet. It's going to start getting, you can see the marine layer starting to make its way inward. So most of the jump seats, like for, I've jump sat in an Airbus 737, 175, 145. No, the dispatchers, flight dispatchers, are people who work inside the operations center, Tyson. I know, Rod. It's rolling in. It is rolling in. Man. San Diego sounds amazing right now. I could go for some warm weather. It was negative 30 degrees in Minnesota. Okay. Yeah, that definitely, San Diego would feel great right about now. It's low 60s. It's starting to get a little cool with the wind off the bay. And I'm actually going to probably pull out the jacket here in the next little bit as soon as the sun goes down. Dude Pilot, you doing any more delivery flights from Toulouse? Definitely too cold. Yeah. I don't mind. I didn't mind broadcasting in Memphis. It was in like the upper 30s, low 40s, and obviously I needed to be layered. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, negative 30? a little too far. It's a bridge too far. Ah, cool. MMN in La Mesa. Very cool. Southpaw says in Wisconsin we have a heat wave compared. We are currently at 18 degrees. Rod spent yesterday at the beach and it did not suck. Absolutely. I'm in shorts. Mattman's going to make fun of me because I'm going to put a coat on, but... Ah, very cool. Oh, very interesting, dude pilot. Good luck. You do, Tyson Price, you do need a flight dispatcher certificate, so you have to go to school to get your flight dispatcher's certificate. So they basically help with the flight planning, the route, the fuel. They work with the captain, the PIC on a route, on contingencies, on things like that. So they're basically like part navigator, part weatherman, and a little bit of maintenance tech, just a little bit. That's how I say it. So there's a lot of regulations that we have to follow in the aviation world, and the flight dispatcher along with the pilot and first officer make sure we follow those regulations. I know, right? I know. See, this is what happens, MMM. I actually live in Tucson, but I try and come to San Diego as much as the channel allows me. But yeah, I've gotten soft now that I've been living in Tucson. That was my greatest fear. No, you got to go to school, Tyson, to be a flight dispatcher. You need your flight dispatcher's license. Whoops. Fading. Very cool, I'm a man. There you go. That's a good suggestion, dude. Pilot. Work on your private pilot's license. Plan IFR flights. That's a good suggestion. I went to school, and everybody goes about it a different way. Some people go to college. Some people go to a technical academy. That's right, MMN, dry heat. Although, when it's 110, I really don't care if it's humid hot or a dry hot. It's just hot and it sucks. Nancy L. lives under the Orange County arrival path, and she's got her puffer jacket on. You gotta, Tyson, you gotta work Sundays until you can work up seniority to get Sundays off. Most people will work Sundays until they get some seniority. So, some pilots work Sundays, some don't, and then you just have to stick with it. But yeah, airline jobs, a lot of them are seniority based, so the longer you've been at the company, the better your schedule is. Yep. Okay, so I think the sun's going to go over the fog here in a few minutes. I'm going to finally take off my sunglasses. Is that obstacle still up on the parking garage? What obstacle are you referring to, Scott? The obstacle known as my head? My fat head? MJ says your first shifts at JFK were swings with Tuesday and Wednesday off. I finished working Monday through Thursday, 4 10-hour shifts. There you go, a man who has been through it knows it best, MJ. You know it best. Okay, I'm going to try not to mess up my stream. And I'm grabbing my jacket right now. I am going to grab my jacket if I can. There we go. I'm still here. I'm still here, Scott. I'm not going anywhere. I probably won't go anywhere at least for another hour and a half unless something happens. Because I have to make sure and be reminded to check in for my flight at 5:45. So that's in like an hour and 15 minutes. Dude pilot, yes, British Airways did arrive. It was right around 4 o'clock, so... or just before, so about a half hour ago. You know, Texas girl, Qantas does not fly into San Diego. British Airways does, KLM does, but only on a seasonal basis. Lufthansa does year-round service. Copa, I think, is year-round. Japan Airlines is year-round. Air Canada flies in here, as well as WestJet. And that's it for international airlines. Whoa, what's up, Maggie P? Love San Diego. We tied a record high here in Denver today, 68 degrees, Maggie P. Oh, dang. That does sound, that's warmer than here in San Diego. There you go. Oh, deal, Tyson. All right, deal, man. Deal. D-W-I. Deal with it, deal. That's not really deal. Okay. I love it, Texas Girl. I saw recently, Texas Girl, that you could fly on Qantas from Dallas for like 30,000 miles. That's pretty strong. Yeah, me too, man. I'm kind of surprised that ANA doesn't. Maybe Zip Air will start flying here, though. Well, isn't Zip Air owned by Japan Airlines? So yeah, I am kind of surprised that ANA doesn't fly here. American Airlines Max. Society Red says the Missouri livery due in at 5 or 4:55, excuse me. That is awesome. That'll be our 4th special livery of the day. Oh, uh-oh. My mic battery is getting low. Might have to switch out the batteries. Man, I'm just sucking today. Just losing all my power. But we'll be back tomorrow. I think I'm leaning towards, if it is reverse ops tomorrow morning, I probably will come down here. If it's not, then that'll be a tough call. Carlsbad or San Diego. Texas Girl, we should be live until hopefully around 6, maybe a little bit longer. But I think 6 is a good place to stop because that'll give me enough time to get back to the hotel, check into the hotel, and start charging batteries for tomorrow morning. But no, it's DWI. Deal with it, man. So we'll see. I have one more camera battery, so we're good for at least another 2 hours. And I have one more laptop battery, so we're good for at least another 2 hours. That is correct, Scott Kuiper. If it was reverse ops, they would be taking off towards us. And they were doing that till about 11 a.m. this morning. And then the fog started to burn off and they switched around 11-ish. Well, I guess it is, but I would always say DWI, deal with it. Roger that, El Toro. So we'll have to see what the forecast is when I get back, or I guess I could check it right now. See what the original or the initial forecast says. You know, I've never done reverse ops, Scott, so I couldn't tell you. Alaska. Come on. Focus. Focus. It's a max. So I've never done reverse ops. So it'd be a new wrinkle. Wrinkle. I do like when they land right over our heads. So we'll see. Probably because my microphone is about to die, Scott. My battery-powered shotgun microphone. In fact, I'm going to see if I can put the battery in it. Oh. I'll make your life easier, Scott. There we go. All is well. 93 likes, thank you, Texas girl. It'd be really cool if I hadn't killed the stream when my data ran out, because I think we would have set a new likes record. That would have been really cool. But alas, sometimes life happens. Oh, I get you. Yeah, reverse ops might be louder. But I don't know, them flying right over your head, pretty loud. Well, the battery was getting low anyway, so all is well. This air is totally moist. I mean, you can look at the planes and start seeing the condensation. That's right. That's right, dude pilot. Everybody's hearing. Yeah, you can start seeing the condensation on the top of the fuselage there. It is a definite moist. Good for you, Tyson. I like hearing that. I have a goal to save as much money as possible to get out of debt. That's my goal. I have a long way to go. Sorry, I'm just beatboxing down here. Here comes the coaster. That's that horn you hear in the distance, the commuter rail line that goes up to, I think Oceanside is the last stop for the coaster. That's right, Captain Dude Pilot. Breeze flies out of Provo, Tyson. So you could go down to Provo. I have condensation on my jacket. That's how moist it is. It's like a Florida morning. It's a Florida, Georgia morning. fact, I'm going to take a minute and look at the forecast. That's right, Nancy L. They fly out of Ogden too. Thank you for the reminder. That is correct, Nancy L. Spot on, madam. I am looking at San Diego's forecast for tomorrow morning as we speak. Ooh, yeah, that's so from about yeah, I think they might be doing reverse ops tomorrow morning. I think they'll be doing reverse ops tomorrow. From about 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., they're calling for a half mile. And then outside of that, they're calling for 2 statute miles and overcast 4. So we'll see. Rod Moy says I'll be your co-host anytime, and you don't have to pay for anything. 30 years in radio and voice work, and almost 40 as a pilot. I'd love to sit with you periodically. I didn't know you did voice work, Rod. I've always wanted to do that, being a former radio news anchor myself. That's awesome. Well, I will let you know, Rod. Sounds good. Yeah, the weather is certainly, is much nicer than here than it is in Minneapolis. I did not know that, Rod. Yeah, but in a prior life, I was a radio news anchor. Well, I'd like to come back to San Diego soon, Rod. We might road trip it the next time we come to San Diego. The Dallas flight back to Minneapolis. Scott says it's 20 degrees going down to just 15. That's it? That's pretty good. The new terminal is in fact open. Tarzavec. In fact, all right, Lynn, good night. We'll see you. Night-night, everyone. We'll see you, Lynn. Sleep well. In fact, Tarzavec, we actually did a impromptu live stream this morning because I flew in here from Tucson, Arizona. So there's a video that you'll kind of see the new terminal. So yeah, Terminal 1 is open. Absolutely. And I gotta say, it's a whole lot better than the old Terminal 1. So, now, the question is, how awesome is it? I give it a solid 7. I go 7.3 out of 10. It's nice. There's plenty of space. I guess I was looking for a wow factor, and the wow factor was that there was a McDonald's. That was the wow factor. So, Optimistic Mountain Landscaping, what's up from Green Valley? Green Valley is the place to be, south of Tucson on I-19. Good old Green Valley. That's where Jane is from, too. I've actually never been to Green Valley. I should probably drive there one day. It's only like 25 miles from Tucson Airport? They definitely need something new, dude, pilot. I'm sure it was back in the day, but man, it was cramped, it was old, it was smelly. Yeah. Alaska Max. Oh, we got the ribbons. Here's the ribbons for the floor exercise. The ribbons for the gymnastics floor exercise at San Diego the airport. MMN, they were building a new Terminal 1. There's two terminals. There's Terminal 2 and there's Terminal 1. And they made Terminal 1 bigger. So that was open late September. Now they tore down the old Terminal 1 and then are going to build more gates and then have an extension that connects to Terminal 2. So there you go. So yes, they made it bigger, and yes, it's new. Yeah, that's what I thought. Optimistic Mountain Landscaping. It's only like 20, 25 miles. Don't forget to pre-like our stream for tomorrow. You can do it for free. Takes 5 seconds. Hit that thumbs up button. SK, what's going on? How are you? Lovely, and welcome into San Diego. I gotta say, I kind of like San Diego getting dark this early. I love night ops in San Diego. That's kind of my jam. So, it getting dark at 5 o'clock is an awesome thing. But that's just me. So again, we should be on the air around 9:30. I might try and get on earlier if we do reverse ops, just to get more reverse ops, because I've never been here for reverse ops. But if not, it's either this or Carlsbad. Carlsbad is close to my hotel. I think San Diego would have more action and maybe more viewers. I do love things that are close to my hotel, though. Can't go wrong with that. So Southwest Airlines landing next. It is a MAX 8. That's right, Rod Moyes. The days do start getting longer. We'll have hit the, next week we will have hit the, what is it? The autumn or winter solstice? That's what it is. Winter solstice. That would be the correct word. Well, thrilled for you, SK, to be here. I'm thrilled to be here. It's been since like August. And that's way too long. Dude Pilot says my go-to hotel there is the Hampton Inn right by the airport. Was that too expensive? Yeah. No, you know what? Not Trucker Norm. Dude Pilot, it wasn't too bad. The Sheraton, in fact, the Sheraton was on Priceline. Here, I'll show you. The Sheraton on Priceline was $132, but parking would have been like $30 or $40. I stay in Carlsbad. I don't know why, but I like racking up the points being a Marriott Bonvoy guy. And the Sheraton was expensive for parking, and I hate paying for parking. So if I can stay somewhere that has free parking, that's a big bonus. So that was the only reason. I know which Hampton Inn you're talking about. It's super nice. It is a good hotel, Dude Pilot. It just was a little more expensive and than I wanted to pay. So, and I like Carlsbad. It's a different pace. So, Craig Macchio says, arrived in San Diego in 1987. That's right. It is quite a racket. I'm staying up there, Southpaw, mostly because most of the hotels down here. Now, there is a Comfort Inn over by the sports arena that is free parking, and sometimes I stay there. But I'm getting extra points by staying up at my hotel, the Courtyard up there in Marriott Land, and the parking is free. So you're kind of like, well, I could stay closer, but then I don't get points and whatever. I mean, the Comfort Inn was definitely cheap. It was like only with tax, it was like $84, which is super cheap for San Diego. But I was like, nah, I'll just go to Carlsbad in the event that we stream from Carlsbad. So that's really it. But 9 times out of 10, I don't stay in downtown San Diego because of the cost of parking. That's really the main reason. The Comfort Inn is the exception, but otherwise they'll charge anywhere from like $25 to $50 a night, and I'm just not down with that. Exactly, Rod. Sports arena area is also rough. That's the other reason I went up to. I'm staying in Carlsbad. Teresa. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Teresa. You know what the best part about that is, Teresa? I was the first one to broadcast from here, so I'm glad you enjoy their work because they hadn't come down here until I started broadcasting. So they do a good job, and I'd like to think I do a good job too. So I'm happy to open the doors and be a pioneer for them. That's right. That's right, Optimistic Mountain. They also did a live stream from here. And I'm happy that they are able to enjoy it. And I opened the door for them. Chopsticks. There you go, MJ. Leading the way. You got to be a pioneer. I like being a pioneer. I mean, Memphis, I was like the second or third live streamer, but I was the first to go overnight. That much I do know. And that was a lot of fun. Yeah, I figured, Rod Moyes, ever since the Clippers left, it's kind of a shady area. So, exactly. See, Rod gets it. TK. Great to see TK, and thank you. You are a pioneer in the airport streaming. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I try to go the extra mile. But yeah, Rod Moyes gets it. He knows about the sports arena area. Although, Rod, I will say I usually find the cheapest gas over by the arena. I will say that much. Like right now, I think it's like a good gas price here. We'll zoom in on the gas station. Well, thank you, Nancy L. I like them too, and I like everybody in San Diego. And again, a big thanks to the Laurel Street Parking Garage for welcoming us. It's very kind of them. And it is $21 or $20 to park up here. So it's actually a pretty good deal for 24 hours. So if you want to park at the Laurel Street Parking Garage and enjoy the plane spotting. So, Nothing Polished, what's up? Well, thanks so much, Nothing Polished. They did actually. 67% of voters did show up. I was really happy with the turnout. We, in the middle of the night, Southpaw, as soon as the arrivals stopped Southpaw at about 1 o'clock, then like everybody disappeared until the departure started. So yeah, until about 1 o'clock, we were doing pretty good. 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, we were doing pretty good. And then they have the break, and then they start their departures back at 2:30 a.m. That's right. Gas is pretty expensive here. I'm not a pioneer plane spotter, bros. Okay, well, I think I am, but you are certainly entitled to your opinion. I can't be a pioneer at everything, so that is true. DeAndre, what's up? Yeah, gas is $5.99. Five. Rico says $5.99 is on the high end of gas prices, and I would agree. Usually it's like in the fours, like the mid fours, like 440, 450. So that's kind of what I expected to pay, was like 450, 440, something like that. That gas station and the Valero across from it are both like $6. So they're trying to pay their rent with that money. Nancy L paid only $3.75. That's the cheapest in my area. That's pretty solid. Tyson Price. Gas prices in Green Valley, Arizona are $2.99 per gallon. Tucson is about 20 cents cheaper. Yeah, so landscaping, there's a Walmart gas station by the airport. You have to go down Tucson Boulevard about a mile, and that usually is the cheapest gas that I can find in the Tucson area. $2.50, not bad in Wisconsin, Southpaw. TK says most Costco stations are just under $4 a gallon. John Southwell says we pay about $3.50 a gallon in Canada. Dang, John Southwell, that's really good. That's a really good price. That is... Oh, this is our Missouri 1, isn't it? This is our Missouri 1 special livery. My bad. I should have mentioned that. We got... Exactly, so that's exactly right, Rod Moyes. They gouged the tourist about to drop off the rental car. That's why I specifically get the gas by the sports arena, so I don't have to deal with that. And it's only a couple miles away. It's like 4 miles. So 4 miles one way is not, not bad. Arcadia Plane Videos, what's up? Oh, Tyson. Yeah, I paid like $2.50 something in Tucson last week, and that was pretty cheap. So now is the good time to drive from Tucson to San Diego for live streams because gas is cheaper. It hasn't changed a whole lot, though. It's maybe changed from its peak of like $3.10, $3.19. Optimistic Mountain Landscaping says there's too many taxes. That's why it's so high in California. Hey, Flyer KG, what's up? Thanks for streaming at San Diego, my former home airport. Oh, really? Sweet. I love San Diego. I won't deny it. If I could get a job here, I would love working at this airport. It'd be fun. But I also like Tucson, and here's why. Tucson gets you, the airport gives you a lot of chance to do a lot of different things. So this is probably more structured. So Tyson, I was thinking about doing LA. I think the flights from Tucson to LAX on Southwest were like $69 each way, which isn't too bad. And thanks everybody for contributing, by the way, to the channel, because whatever money we receive either goes to paying bills, travel costs, or we put back into the channel. So thank you everybody for your generosity contributions as we look at Missouri 1 in the distance there. Thank you, Rico Ramon Gonzalez. It is expensive. I've learned that from many people and driving around here. You know what's funny is when I went to go check in my rental car, I typically go through Dollar or Thrifty, and I was talking to the lady at the front desk helping me, and she's like, "Oh, this is your 9th time you've been here." And I was like, "Really? I've been here that many times?" So that's my 9th rental from the San Diego Airport Thrifty in Dollar. So I've been here a few times and I've loved it every time, but I figured out, and we've all figured out, that I need to find a sugar mama in San Diego. You know what, dude, Pilot, when I was driving and thinking about that, I said, well, I should have asked her what's the prize for a 10th rental. 9 times. 9 times. John Southwell, we're going to take a relax on it. But yes, we don't talk politics. I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. But yeah, we don't talk politics. So maybe I don't like paying $6 for gas, so. You know, I wish the frequent flyer miles are racking up for my rentals. We got a 767 coming in. What? Thank you, Society. Yeah, I tend to agree, Devious Fink. I don't like talking politics, but I can't help it on this one, because when you're paying $6 for gas, that's not okay. That's not okay. It's just not okay. So I'll leave it as. We can talk about me running for office. That's the only exception. So, I think we can talk if I'm running for office about something. I actually ran for office once. Fun fact, I did run for city council once. I will be keeping a close eye, though, there, Devious. Wink, wink. So welcome in, everybody, tuning in to Pip's Planespotting Live. Thanks for being a part of the action. We love being here in San Diego. Thanks to Society Red. We do have a 767 next from Louisville. UPS. MJ says the Desert Gold should be pushing back. I think I actually see it, MJ. Thank you. Leader of the whole world. I like it, Southpaw. That Society Red, yes. I did not run for president, class president, but I didn't run for city council. I thought about running for class president in high school, but there were a lot of good candidates, and I was like, I don't know about that. Oh, you know what? We should focus our attention on Louisville. Oh, she's a beaut. Lovely, lovely. What jobs? See now, Devious Fink, that makes me think, what jobs have I done? Flight dispatcher, airport operations, radio news anchor and reporter, car salesman. I did refereeing for basketball and baseball in Wyoming. What did I do in college? I worked as a radio producer. I guess this is a job. This is a job as a live streamer. So yeah, I've had a nice variety. What's up, Roblox? That's right. El Toro, I love it. You know? If I'm elected president, the first thing I'm going to do is make plane spotting legal in all of America. And I'm going to construct a plane spotting, our plane spotting module at every airport in America. Period. End of story. The Viola Pro 1290. Great meeting you on the roof today. The British Airways 777 was truly majestic. Oh, is it Mick? That's got to be... It was great meeting you too. Thank you, Samuel. Also, happy 41st wedding anniversary, Mick. Your wife's pretty rad if she lets you come to this for your wedding anniversary gift. That's just the coolest. That's a great couple right there. So congrats on your 41st anniversary. There you go. Amen, dude pilot. I'll consider legalizing plane spotting at Area 51. I won't commit to that at this point, Southpaw. I cannot commit to that. But I will entertain the emotion. Thank you, everybody, for joining Pip's Plane Spotting Live. It's been a lot of fun today. I wish we didn't have that technical issue, but we'll be back tomorrow. Good for you, Viola Pro. Good for you, Mick. That's awesome. That's always the most important thing, is to marry up. That's good advice. Samuel says make cameras cheaper. I'm on board with that. I'm on board with that. If you didn't know this, fun little fact about San Diego from the past, they used to have, British Airways used to fly in the 747-400 here, which I saw once. But they used to fly the 747-400 in here before COVID. It's pretty awesome. Frequent Flyer 8700, the goat is on. Thanks. I would. Totally, Southpaw. Best night ever. Actually, it is pretty nice. It is cool. So yes, Matt Man gives me a hard time for having a jacket on, but yeah. American Cameras, El Toro, Innovation. Brent, what's going on? Good evening to you. Hope you're staying warm. I know that's, up there in Canada. Welcome to San Diego. The lights are on. Copa! The Copacabana. Copa Airlines from Panama City. Matt Man says the future Mrs. Pip needs to make brisket. Or is that for you, Matt Man, the future Mrs.? Frequent flyer 8700, not currently. So today it was the 777-200, but I think that come the new year, they're going to switch to the A350, or I'm hopeful. So right now they're flying the 777-200 frequent flyer, but my hope is that they switch to the A350 past the new year. Brent Mazer says it's 14 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 10 Celsius. That's actually warmer than I thought it would be, Brent. So that's not that bad. Alaska E175. Nice, Brent. A nice 37 degrees. That is, that's almost shorts weather, Brent. In Chicago, I like to think, my opinion in Chicago was when I was growing up, 40 degrees was kind of like the shorts weather barometer. If we got to 40 degrees, I'd put on a jacket or like a hoodie and some shorts. Hey, MJ, thanks for tuning in for San Diego. We look forward to seeing you on a future stream. We'll be back on the air tomorrow, MJ. Enjoy retirement as always. I appreciate you. Have a great night, sir, in lovely Memphis. Yeah, we'll be back on the air tomorrow, hoping around 9:30. If it's reverse ops, I might try and get here earlier so we can get more reverse ops. Because that's just fun. Take care, MJ. Roblox says it's 12 degrees in Fargo, North Dakota. It's a loop ship to the right of runway looking outbound. So Rico, they had reverse ops this morning until about 30 minutes before I was broadcasting. Rod, I'm a big fan of the E175. Hey, all right, we can see the bay better now. Now that the haze has gone away and the sun is set, we can see things a little bit better. It does. It most certainly does, Brent. I love coming to San Diego at night. It's like one of my favorite places to broadcast from, especially at night. I like the E-175. In fact, my first airline that I've dubbed, it'll be called Flydaho, as we check out the Herb Kelleher Herb 1, the Max. Frequent flyer 8700 said British Airways departing at 6. Air Tiki, we might do that. I'm planning on bringing him some Pop-Tarts as a peace offering. That's what I'm thinking. At least, if nothing else, bring him some Pop-Tarts as a peace offering. So, that was my thought. It's so because I know Patrick is a big fan of Pop-Tarts. They're on reverse ops. That would be great, dude pilot, being called back to North Island Top Gun back in the day. So I want to show you the, I don't know if you noticed this, as the C-175 from Alaska is taking off. I think this is pretty cool. They put lights on the control tower. I think that's pretty sweet. That is all right, my friends. That is classy. That's classy right there. Little Debbie Snacks, Air Tiki, roger that. I think you're right, Brent. I think it does fly to Winnipeg. I think, and WestJet Encore does Regina from Minneapolis. I think that's a nice touch right there. Lighten up the tower for Christmas. Not usually Tyson Price, because they sometimes will swap tails. That's the only catch. Ooh, frequent flyers. Qantas 787, a nice plane. I'm doing a summer study in Australia next summer, and it is only $640. Ooh, that is nice. I have not flown on a Qantas 787. I have flown on an American 787, and they are really nice. I like them a lot. So you would have to. So I don't know. Has anybody flown a Qantas at 787 before? Yeah, Candy Cane ETC. Elves work it. I like it, El Toro. All right. Yeah, we got lots of lights, lots of different colors, lots of lights. There's the new Terminal 1. There's an Alaska, a Southwest, another Southwest, the runway. Okay, so you see those lights that are, you've got the center line lighting, but then you also have the high intensity runway lights right there. Those lights represent the touchdown zone. So that helps the pilots in low visibility with the touchdown zone. So frequent flyer 8700, one of the reasons, so I could have booked an American to London when I was thinking about going to London, or I could have booked a British Airways, but I decided to book through American because the mileage would be easier to redeem. I don't know, there's just something weird about flying another carrier. But Qantas, I hear, has really nice things, and I hear that the staff on board is super nice. Brent Mazer said, I've flown between Winnipeg and Minneapolis almost 40 times. I regret not keeping track of the planes. Wow. 40 times, Brent. That's impressive. Yes, the dimmable windows are, in fact, the 787's frequent flyer 8700. That is correct. Brent, I wonder if you ever flew like a DC-9 when Northwest was in Minneapolis up to Winnipeg. Oh, there goes the battery. I got one left. I got one battery left. Stand by. Standing by. Stand by. Ah, where is it? There it is. One battery left. Boy, I'm going to be up all night charging. It's going to be an all-night party. Stand by. Josh Aldridge, what's up, sir? First time you flew through Indianapolis was in 2004, or Minneapolis, excuse me. Great to see you, Josh. Michael Woodruff says, you may know you can see prior flights, including registration in the U.S. with very detailed arrival and departure information, very easy to search, but I haven't found a way to search international. Daniel, how's it going? Is that a Christmas tree at the end of the runway? It sure is. It absolutely is a Christmas tree at the end of the runway. I have flown on, yes. Yeah, I have flown on the CRJ 700 and the CRJ 900. In general, the CRJs are not my favorite. They're a little narrower in the seats. 8700, but I prefer the E175s, but you know, they get the job done. Rod Moy says, my first airline flight was Aeromexico DC-9 to Acapulco in 1980. Wow. That's a while ago. I was born in 81, Rod. So we're going to be having a charging party tonight. Fun fact, Aeromexico used to fly into Tucson. I don't know if they will again. I don't think they will, maybe until the new terminal gets done, because we only have one customs gate. Brent Mazer graduated high school in 1980. Dang, Brent. Wow. You're almost ready to retire. Tyson McGee, El Toro in Knoxville at Delta DC-9. Air Tiki's first flight was California on PSA. The old PSA. Hey, thank you so much, Mel Bruck. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Thank you. Mel Barak. Very kind of you supporting the channel. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Or $4.99, as I should say. Yeah. But yeah, Daniel pointed out something interesting. If you look closely there on the right side, there's a Christmas tree Now, I don't know if that's on the airport property or if that's in the canal in the harbor, but that's cool nonetheless. The best, Brent, would probably be either you can use PayPal or GoFundMe. With PayPal, I'll be on. YouTube is the easiest way, but they take out a pretty good chunk. So the best way is PayPal, and GoFundMe. There's minimal user fee, and the link should be below. The PayPal link and the GoFundMe link, Brent. So thank you for asking. But thank you, everybody, regardless, whether you use YouTube, PayPal, GoFundMe, Venmo. I really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. Okay. Rico Ramon says that Christmas tree is probably Liberty Station where the old Naval Training Center is. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rico. Appreciate that. Dang it, Brent. PayPal or GoFundMe are the least expensive because YouTube charges a user fee that's like 25-30%. YouTube is the easiest, but my preferred is either PayPal or GoFundMe, Brent. So thank you. Main Street Paul, it is very windy here in Seattle. 60 mile per hour wind gusts in Everett. Oh my gosh. You know, Main Street Paul, our friend and moderator Rainy Cajun, was on around 1 o'clock, and he said winds at that time were gusting to 40 knots. So, wow, 60 miles an hour. Rico Ramon Gonzalez says, by the way, if you like Argentinian empanadas, there's a good place at Liberty Public Market, which is at Liberty Station. I actually do like empanadas. I've never been to Argentina, but I have a brother-in-law who lived there for a few years. So yeah, they were pretty good. I may have to check that out tomorrow. Aloha Barack Oaks from Hawaii. Oh, aloha Hawaiian. Ah, yes. Sorry, Mail Barack. Yes, there is Hawaiian on their A321neo. Welcome back, Brent. The lovely lady. Ah, man. Southpaw. Yeah, I can't break my rules about not talking politics, but sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder. Going off to Hawaii on this A321neo. Rod Moy says you need to go to Lucha Libre and try the Salsa Muertos. Rico Ramon Gonzalez, thank you for joining First Class Premier, supporting the channel. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you very much, and muchas gracias. And thank you so much. And Japanese, it'd be arigato gozaimasu. Arigato. And hopefully we'll be broadcasting tomorrow. Well, we will be broadcasting tomorrow. The question is, will it be in San Diego or will it be in Carlsbad? Es muy bueno. I don't know, Rod. I don't like words that end in death. I don't try things that end in death. Rod says I should try the Salsa Muertos. I don't know how I feel about that, Rod. That's a 50-50 right there. I don't know how I feel about that. Male Barack, I am A220 and Dreamliner are tied for my favorite aircraft. Those are my two favorite. Oh, good. That's good, Rod. I'm glad to hear that it will kill me. I I would rather not. You're taking a lot of liberty there, sir. Male Barack, you are correct. There are a lot of private jets in Carlsbad, which is one of the reasons, just for a little variety, I'm considering going up there. Thank you so much, Brent. Appreciate that. So I'm going to turn the camera around actually really quickly. The clouds have really started to form. So you've got clouds behind us, and they're starting to roll in all around us. I wonder how bad it's going to be tomorrow. Right now, the forecast is calling for from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. a half-mile visibility. Mattman gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Mattman. Corey Martino, Nick Cassio, GA Spotting, 604 Lobos, Douglas Starnes. Thank you so much, Mattman, for your generosity. Got a little jet here. I think it's a Learjet, maybe. And thank you everybody for hitting that thumbs up button, liking and subscribing. It certainly does help out the channel amazingly amount. And here's an Alaska E-175. Lear 31, thank you, Brent. Again, for you new viewers, this is a one-runway airport. And we came up with a list of one-runway airports in the United States, and there's quite a few, actually. There's Fort Myers, there's Aspen, Colorado, there's Eagle, Colorado, there's Key West, Carlsbad, for example. I should mention commercial airports, so you have commercial service. Bozeman really has only one commercial runway. Missoula, I think, only has one commercial runway. Technically, they have two, so. But Key West definitely has one. Eagle, Colorado only has one. Aspen, Colorado only has one. Fort Myers we mentioned. Now I'm drawing a blank, and I know there's a ton more. So this is the busiest, though. By far the busiest one-runway airport in America, single runway airport in America. Every time I see Lawn Dart, I think of the game Jarts, El Toro. Whoa, F-150 San Antonio, Texas. Thank you so much for joining First Class Premier. Laughlin does have an airport. Yes, they do, Air Tiki. They sure do. Thank you, F-150. Shout out to San Antonio, Texas. I know, Southpaw. It's crazy. Every time they try and vote for a new airport, it always gets turned down. So here we are, like 30 years later, and we still have a single runway airport. We still have a single runway airport here. Southwest Airlines 737-700. I think San Diego is going to set another record for passengers this year. Last year, I believe they were a little over 26 million passengers on a single runway. That's a lot. That is most definitely a lot. I'm just glad that Terminal 1 is done. I'm not saying that Terminal 1, the old Terminal 1, was way overdue to be blown up, but yeah. The excitement walking out this morning was palpable. You could feel it in the air. That's right. Much busier and bigger than Milwaukee, for sure, Southpaw. Hey, look at that. We got a special livery honoring those who serve Alaska E-175 military special livery. That's right, GA. Matt gifted you a membership. Q, thanks for your contribution. And thank you, Q. Thanks for keeping us safe in the skies. By the way, Q, I only noticed it till fairly recently. You guys got a nice little cool Christmas lights on your ATC tower here. And I think that's pretty awesome. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a Christmas or an air traffic control tower decorated. I think that's pretty awesome. Oh, you don't work in the tower? You're Tracon, right, Q? Are you Tracon? Oh, you work in the warehouse. Okay. Right on. Ah, gotcha. Okay. I got you, Q. Thank you. My bad. Well, I still think the tower getting dressed up is nice. And I still think you're awesome. So, right on. My bad. My apologies. The disco is on at the airport. There are a lot of lights, that's for sure. It's very much illuminated. I think this runway is a perfect example of like one of the higher end runways. So again, welcome in everybody. I'm Pip. Welcome to episode 382 here in San Diego. Under the lights. Definitely wanted to get some nighttime action in. So I'm glad the sun set early. Oh, you know what? It's almost time for me to check into my flight. I fly back to Tucson tomorrow night at approximately 5:45. Ah, thank you, Rod. American A321. Let's see if I have enough battery juice to check in. I sure hope so. Brent, thank you so much for that $20 super chat. Brent Mazer, all the way from Canada, sending a $20 super chat via PayPal. Thank you so much, Brent. I just got it as I turned my phone back on, so thank you so much, Brent. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Winnipeg. Man, this coaster's hauling. Uh-oh. We're definitely going to get honked. There's a car beyond the bar that you can't see, but we're definitely going to get honked. Oh, no honk. Ah, well, thank you so much, Brent. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy the content. That is the goal, to entertain. Oh, my phone died. I guess I'll have to log in. Crap. All right, hold on, everybody. My phone died, so I'm going to have to check in my Southwest on my computer. But in order to do that, I need my Rapid Rewards number. And so I got to pull out the credit card. So excuse me for just a moment. See if I remember how to log in. I probably don't, but I'm going to give it a try. Don't forget boats too, Air Tiki. Don't forget boats, because we got boats here as well. Okay, I think I can do this. You're probably right, Brent. There's probably a high probability of a blowout. Now, when I travel, I can't take the big battery boxes with me on the plane, and so that is the catch. Like when I'm driving, if I'm driving anywhere, then I can charge a lot more. But when you fly, you can't take the big battery boxes. There's a certain wattage restriction, and so you can only take these tiny battery packs that are for laptops. But if I'm driving by truck, if I'm driving somewhere, then I bring the bigger boxes. All right. I think we're logged in now. Got a private jet. This looks like, oh no, these are our friends from Air Canada on the CRJ 900 from Vancouver. Thank you, El Toro. So you're probably wondering, what do I travel with? So I have, if I'm driving in my truck, I have not one but two battery power banks that are the larger kind. They're not massive. I'm gonna try and buy just one massive one, so I don't have to like piecemeal everything. So I have two battery boxes. I have 3 laptop power banks. 4 batteries for the camera. I've got my broadcasting headset, my microphone, my camera, a tripod, my soundboard, the backup soundboard, and a bunch of cords, a bunch of USB cords. And that's pretty much what I travel with when I'm driving. I know, Rod, it's a super long flight. It is the ribbon portion of the program. This is the floor exercise portion of the program with the ribbon. I think Vancouver would be like 3:15, maybe 3:30. So yeah, it's a pretty long flight. The longest flight, I think the longest for anybody probably would be flying in an E1 or an E145. Envoy used to dispatch a 145 from Miami to Cleveland. It was like 3 hours, and we could never fit any fuel on it. So I would definitely not want to fly that back in the day. 5:45. Time to check in. Let's see if it'll let me, if I can log on here. Check in. All right, so my flight number, it doesn't tell me my flight number. It tells me what time it checks in. There we go. Okay. Boarding position A57. That's good enough for me. All right, if you want to follow my flight tomorrow from San Diego to Tucson, I'm flying on flight 2679 from San Diego to Tucson. It leaves San Diego at 5:45, and here comes another Southwest arrival. Only 2 hours and 30 minutes. That, Brent, sounds better, but yeah, still too long. Very much so. Too long. One time I sat in a jump seat for 3 hours, and that was I lost circulation in my lower legs. Group A, still grouping A. Yep. Crisis averted. I always get a little bit like nervous when I check in. So I guess that won't be an issue in the future if I fly Southwest. That will not be an issue. No problem in the future. No problemo. I think we have just enough battery for British Airways. My computer's starting to get sucked. If that is an official word or whatever. I am A57. All right, so everybody asked me this question, but I will ask you this question. What do you think of Southwest getting rid of their open seating? Good idea, bad idea? Doesn't matter. El Toro says those ribbons remind me of when the car's cassette deck would munch a tape with with the window down. Yep. That good old cassette. Mike, what's going on? Yeah, we are I think it's January 27th, the first day that assigned seating goes into effect. So you can book seats now, assigned seating, but they just won't take effect until January 27th, I believe. Nancy L says she likes to pick her seat beforehand. Mike says that it's what frequent flyers want at Southwest, I guess. It's about time. Rod says hates the cattle call nonsense. Yeah, Jane, going on the big trip to Texas. Jane, you're going to Houston, right? Going to Houston. I don't know, there was something nice about being able to check in on time, and because you were responsible, you got a good seat. Brent Mazer says, I prefer window seats. I actually, Brent, Dave from North Little Rock will appreciate this. I sat on a window seat today. I usually do not like window seats because then I have to ask other people to get up if I have to use the facilities or whatever, and yada, yada, yada. But since this was a short flight, I decided to sit window seat. But I am usually an aisle seat guy. If it's a short flight, I'll do window seat. If it's a long flight, aisle all day. All day. Come on, British Airways, taxi out early. I need you. I think I have, well, hold on. Here, I might have one more battery. Indeed. All right, hopefully this will work. Houston Hobby you're flying into, Jane. That's what I thought. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Intercontinental or just Houston Hobby. So very nice. Very nice. Here, we'll give you, we got some more action coming in. I've seen the light, folks. It's an angel. Delta A321. You know the nice thing about having clouds too is at night it makes the light more reflective because the light will reflect off the clouds and then you get a brighter viewing environment. So clouds are cool at night. And also with clouds it tends to stay warmer because the heat is trapped. Brent Mazer says, I used to stick my Garmin GPS to the window and track the plane speed. That was before they started putting maps on seatback video. Wow. That is pretty serious, Brent. That's legit. Rod says window seat always. Scott Kuiper's first flight was on U.S. Air from Philadelphia to Tampa for spring training in 1991 for the Phillies. Very cool. I think my first flight was 1985. Maybe. Well, Jane, I'm not going anywhere. So next time we do a live stream. Nancy L says must have a window seat. Wow, this is pretty serious. Must have a window seat. Southwest has magical powers. Mike says passengers come on in wheelchairs, then walk off on their own power. Hallelujah. You know, that'll probably even up, Mike. That'll probably even up the score. Yeah, Scott, we should do Windows versus aisle tomorrow on the broadcast. We could do that. Changing Thursday, huh? I gotta work Thursday, Jane. When is Jane? You email me when your flight is, Jane. Email me when your flight is, Jane, and I might be working that day, and I might stop by and say, hey. Yeah, what Jesus. You know, we'll do that tomorrow, Scott. Send me a reminder. We will do that for our poll question tomorrow. The shockwave. Oh, you mean the wake vortices, Brent? Like when they're landing here? Oh, nice. Thank you for the update, Rico. Perfect. The taxiing 777. Awesome. I love hearing that. Thank you, Rico. Yep. So what you're seeing, it's really cool, Brent. So I guess the best way to explain those are called wake vortices. So as the plane goes by, they cut through the air and create turbulence and wake vortices, and that is the result of that, is those waves that you see. A lot of times here in San Diego, we're able to see the wake vortices because the combination between the location and the heat coming from the engines along with the wings creating the vortices makes it noticeable. So yeah, it's pretty awesome stuff. It is pretty awesome. Oh, a 4 o'clock departure, Jane? That's perfect because I usually work till 5, Jane. Ooh, Rod Moyes asked a good question. How many now defunct airlines have we flown on? Have I flown on any defunct airlines? Nope. Okay, Air Tiki's putting in window seat now. Got it. All right. For sure, Brenda. Yeah, it's much easier to see during the day. El Toro says Northwest. I guess, yeah, I did fly Northwest once, so that's... I did fly Northwest. Oh, I know. ATA. Oh, and look, here's our special Missouri 1 livery. But I've flown ATA before. That's the defunct airline that I flew. Frequent flyer. No, it's not classified. And especially if you talk to some other channels. This is the Laurel Street Parking Garage. Laurel Street Parking Garage. And obviously, they're good people because they let us be up here. So I always try and drop a line of promotion. But this is located right along Pacific Highway on the other side of the railroad tracks. But yeah, it's just called the Laurel Street Parking Garage. And it's pretty nice. PSA that you're thinking of, Scott, was absorbed by American. The PSA that you were thinking of was the regional airline for American right now. They fly the CRJs. Tarsevic, I book a window and son or wife gets 2 if first. Braniff, Nancy. So the PSA you're thinking of, Scott Kuiper flies the CRJs for the a regional fleet for American. So the California PSA, as you know it, yeah, is no more. Yep, El Toro's got American Transair, so I can say I flew on ATA. I flew on ATA to. Did I fly on ATA from Denver to Chicago Midway, or maybe it was Frontier? I know I flew ATA down to Florida in 1998 when I worked at Walt Disney World. Oh yeah, Nancy, Devious Fink. I don't know if she's still on. I worked at Walt Disney World for a summer. So there you go. There's a fun little fact. We got another arrival in about 30 seconds, but then there is some action headed our way, Alaska and Southwest. This is, I don't know if this is Amtrak or the Coaster that's headed our way. That's good. Nobody's beyond the gate. That's good. Which mascot was I? And another A321 Delta. I'm guessing this is from Detroit. Scott, I was actually not a mascot. I was a restaurant employee. I worked at a restaurant in Animal Kingdom called Pizzafari. Yeah, think of all the airlines that American has either bought or absorbed. You know, like PSA, Reno Air, U.S. Airways, TWA, yeah, America West. Pizza Planet? No. It wasn't Pizza Planet, it was Pizzafari. It was called Pizzafari in Animal Kingdom. Not quite, man. Not Pizza Planet. Nice guess though. Welcome in everybody. This is still episode 385. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for the contributions of many. Rob in New Zealand and Brent Mazer in Canada. Q, Texas Girl, The list goes on and on. American landing. I feel like this is landing from, yeah, Philadelphia. Yeah, that's right, El Toro, Pizza Safari. That is exactly right. It was called Pizza Safari. Randy says, oh, British Airways is moving. Thank you, Randy. GA Spotting's flown on an old MD-88. Yeah. I've flown on those for Delta. AirCal was absorbed by American. PSA. Yeah. Jane says, forgot about Texas International. Philly Special landing. Yeah, I've only done ATA and Northwest. Those are my two. No. Not El Toro, not Pizza Fart. No, you're a little off there. Funny guy. I'm scanning for our British Airways. Oh, I see it. I see it in the back corner there. There it is. There's our British Airways. United landing here. Matt Man's so old, he flew the Wright brothers. Yeah, okay. So we're going to stay until British Airways takes off, and then we'll probably get out of here. So don't go anywhere. The 777 is headed our way, and we'll stay on the air until British Airways takes off, and then I'll probably head to the hotel, start the charging party, go to bed. So what's going to happen is I'm probably going to end up waking up tomorrow morning around like 6:30, checking the weather and seeing what the conditions are like, see if they have really low RVR values here at the airport, and see what the current conditions are. And then from there, I'll kind of figure out if I'm going to come down here, if I'm just going to hang around Carlsbad. But the show time is at least set for like 9. I think we can make that happen. It might be a little bit later than that, but just FYI. Matt Men says Orville and I kicked it. I think we got a private jet landing now. Oh yeah, it's the Cessna 208 Caravan. Excuse me. Everybody waiting on the 208 Caravan. Let's see if they touch down right at the threshold bars. He's like, I gotta do it. Not bad, aiming point. Mainline Alaska action. You guys keep bringing up airlines. All right, has anybody flown, Matt Man, do you remember USA 3000? that would fly to like Fort Lauderdale out of O'Hare. Do you remember USA 3000? I never flew them, but I always remember their billboards. What's up, Tommy? How are ya? Welcome back, sir. British Airways is making a right turn, heading our way. Very nice, very nice. Corey Martino says, I remember Canada 3000 at St. Petersburg, Clearwater. Interesting. I did not know there was a Canada 3000, and Corey confirms that as well. So that's pretty rad. Finals week. Well, good luck, Tommy. I bless you with the ability to do well in your finals, sir. Flyer KG436, we used to have Hughes West DC-9s in Fresno in the 70s. Wow. That's pretty sweet. All right, is Southwest going to get the go-ahead? Nope. They're still waiting. Doo-doo-doo. They're going to be waiting for a few minutes then, because I see not one but two arrivals. Now it's got its nose wheel lights on, so maybe they might get clearance after this guy lands. Oh, you know what? Virgin America. That was probably like Virgin America was probably my favorite airline. Virgin America. I don't know if somebody has mentioned that, but that's probably the airline I miss most. They were good. Max! Oh, we got the ribbons. We got the ribbons. Wig ribbons. Jet Dispatcher, what is up? Jet Dispatcher says the rumors were wrong, so I still have to go to work. Bummer. Yeah. I figured I would have heard it from you first, Jet Dispatcher, Save F9, about Spirit. Okay, maybe they won't be cleared. You guys gonna line up and wait, or what? Look at listen to all these great stories y'all have to tell. This is awesome. And this is like, for people, like, I don't know half of this. What is this Southwest guy doing? They're almost in, if you look closely, the lights are almost in unison. Look at this. They're sequential, almost like a landing lighting, like the ALS, the approach lighting system. They start from back to front almost. Kind of cool. Now they're out of sequence, but. Another arrival, 30 seconds, more like 15. bombs. See those wake vortices, those waves across the screen. People's Express. We're like 10 deep on the departure bank here. Let's go Southwest. What are you waiting on? I'm honestly surprised they're not moving them out. British Airways crossing the runway. I think British Airways is going to have to wait for a while because their wake turbulence is just going to slow things down even more. Save F9 says, my favorite was Muse Air. I flew on their inaugural flight July 15th, 1981. Pepperidge Farms remembers. Jet Dispatcher, I thought you were hip with the YouTubers. Hip with the YouTubes. Tesla FV. It's actually a, I believe, a 777-200, if I remember correctly. But maybe it's a 300. Finally, Southwest gets going here on this Max. Close enough, though. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing. Remember to tune in tomorrow. We'll be on the air, hopefully around 9-ish, give or take 30 minutes. If I remember to wake up. That's the important thing. Wake up, Pip. Kevin Stanhope, I am still going. I told you we'd do a nice long stream if we could, and we are. I gotta pioneer, man. Gotta push through and pioneer. I don't think it's energy. I just like broadcasting at night here in San Diego. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Timothy Wayne Thomas, thank you so much for saying you enjoyed this stream. I'm glad you enjoyed it. San Diego is one of the best. There is a 767 coming behind arriving behind this British Airways 777. I know, right? Nancy L. At least they got cool liveries. A little more unique at times. Thank you so much, Rod. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for your contributions and tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So maybe we'll get lucky and British Airways will take off first. I didn't expect that, but we got one arriving in the next 30 seconds. It looks like a 175 from the lights. They dim out their lights. Okay, so I think British Airways would be last. You know, this just occurred to me. I think they should do, or I think I should do a Christmas edition under the lights, or a Christmas Eve edition, or like something like that, under the lights, because everything is so festive. Red and green lights here at San Diego. 178 likes, stream 2. Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt Man, for that alert. The old powerbacks, El Toro says. Yes, the the reverse thrusting, the powerbacks. I agree, Nancy L. Well, hopefully it'll be just as entertaining tomorrow. I'll have the soundboard back up, so if you like sounds, my sounders, we'll have that for you. Air Florida, run the power back, Kevin Stanhope says. All right, so they're gonna send the Southwest, and Alaska's already getting into place on their 900 here, 737-900. Trying to clear up some of this congestion. Night mode. I indeed am in night mode. Jonathan Bilbao. Gotta love it. Thank you, T-Donji. I gotta give all the credit to San Diego for all the runway lighting, including the in-ground ALSA flights and the high-intensity runway lights, along with the centerline lighting. All right, excellent. So that Alaska's taking off, and here goes another Southwest taxiing into place. Thank you, Jane. Appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Jane. You rock. I, again, still would like to buy this parking garage. Maybe keep the as a real estate investment trust, a REIT. Ron, can you see Mr. A's from there? Used to be so pretty this time of year. Good question, Ron. Mr. A's. It's a little cloudy and foggy. So it's kind of tough to see, Ron. Yes, no, yes, no. You guys going? No? Okay, we got 2 inbounds. Oh, wait, and I think I see our friend Airside Ops. Yay, Airside Ops. Even though the drive from Tucson to San Diego is a lot longer, I guess I would say one of the advantages of driving here on a Sunday is I can do 2 night shows on Sunday and Monday before I head out of town. I bet Flyer KG. Southwest Airlines. The ribbons, no less. Like Mass, like Christmas Eve Mass, El Toro. All right, sounds good, Nancy. Have a great night. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow if you're able. We'll be here, hopefully early if they have reverse ops. Ron's been gone from San Diego for 22 years. Flyer KG436 says landing at San Diego is beautiful. Departures are great too after turning back over land. Lights for miles. I bet. So on this side we've got the DHL 767 behind the 777 British Airways. And in the middle, we are trying to get arrivals in. One runway, by the way. One runway. Building up on 5th Avenue, I think it was Mr. A's with fancy restaurant on top. Ah, interesting. Thank you for sharing, Ron. I think we got enough space to sneak one in. Night, Nancy. We'll catch you later. I think we have enough space to get one departure out. We'll see. No? Yes, no? All right. I gave you a chance. Oh, buy the garage for a mass. Yeah, definitely would buy the garage for a mass spotters park for sure. El Toro. I would definitely do that. I wanted to make sure we got some night action though, Matt, man. 100%. It's like the Southwest hour here in San Diego, which doesn't surprise me. I don't know if, I believe Southwest is the biggest carrier in San Diego, or maybe the second biggest carrier. All right, we got some room. We got a little bit of room to sneak out a departure here on a 737-700. Yeah, pretty much all of Terminal 1, the new Terminal 1, are basically mostly Southwest gates when we were walking through. Yeah, me too, Air Tiki. That makes 3 of us. So, but I definitely noticed when I was walking through Terminal 1 that Southwest has the majority of the gates, for sure. Terminal 1 has Southwest, Breeze, Sun Country, Frontier, and JetBlue. Thank you very much, Matt, man. 1, 2, and 3. Southwest number 1. All right, good night. Good night from Chile, Jonathan. Great to have you aboard. We'll see you. Sleep well, sir. Good night. I just keep running into them, don't I, Kevin? Pretty much, Backyard's plane spotting. Yeah, Oakland is definitely all Southwest. Rico says there was a time when Terminal 1 was just all Southwest. Coaster bolts. Delta's going to move into the second phase of Terminal 1. Thank you very much, Coaster Bolts, for letting us know. I was not aware of that. So thank you. Hey, JL Photo Texture. Yet he ignores my lovely Houston hobby. That's not true. That is not true. We have done live streams twice at Hobby. Ah, that makes more sense, Coaster Bolts. That makes sense. Challenger looks like a NetJets Challenger 300 or 350 or. We'll get back to Hobby. When we get back to Hobby, we'll get back to Intercontinental as well. Oh, look at this. British Airways getting the go-ahead. Get sneaking through. Sneaking through. How about that? All right. Sports Zone, what's up, man? Live ATC says Speedbird is next to go, and yes, they are. Look at that. Kevin Stanhope, I've already streamed at Chicago Midway. I was kicked out. I was kicked out of the parking garage. I've done Midway, dang it. Looking good with the One World livery. Flexing that little rudder there, you see that? On that tail. I will let you know, JL Photo Texture, when we do get to Houston for sure. Absolutely. I love Houston. I love Houston. Thank you, man. Into the skies it goes. Vortex. Oh, look at that. Just disappeared. Yeah, watch out, Southwest. Those wake vortices. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to head back to the hotel, get some rest, be up early tomorrow, hopefully, and I will look at the weather before I make a final decision on whether we're going to go to Carlsbad or if we're going to come down here again. So I'm going to look at the weather first, and then I will let you know. But if it's reverse ops tomorrow, we'll probably be here in the morning. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Eric Tiki. Thank you, Robert Brunn. Thank you, Rico. Thank you. Appreciate that. Flyer KG. Ron, thank you. We'll be on the air around 9:30 tomorrow. Sleep well. Thank you, Brent. Appreciate your contribution. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Look forward to it. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for your support. Take care, everyone. See ya. Bye-bye.